So Rashaad Penny, we have mentioned him already. He has had that injury partway through the season. Where are you guys looking at Rashaad Penny when it comes to your fantasy roster makeup?
I think a lot of it for me depends on his health status, right? Like that's the thing we're trying to figure out is how is he coming back from these injuries? Is it something that we feel like he's going to get on the field and we trust what his capabilities are and we know that he's going to kind of go back into that 50-50 timeshare? Or is it something that for this season, right, he's just not going to be that guy that we all wanted him to be last year, right? Because last year was supposed to be kind of the breakout year. They drafted him in the first round. He was getting brought in. He has a better overall, seemingly NFL skill set than Chris Carson does. But Carson, for all my bagging on him here a little bit earlier, Carson has a unique ability to rise to his competition, and he has fought off anybody who stepped in his way as far as competing for playing time. Rashaad Penny's draft value is 100% dependent on the medical reports you get coming into training camp and up until the time you draft.
So it's an ACL, right? That's what he suffered. It's an ACL injury. He had surgery on it. Those are always so difficult to predict with these running backs. It's so hard to know if that ACL is going to be ready. Are they a freak of nature like Adrian Peterson, or is this going to be something that, is going to take him a little bit longer? Will he be a little gun shy coming back? Will he not want to make, some of the moves that he wants to make because he's a little nervous about what that knee is capable of? So that's obviously a huge concern with drafting him and putting him on your team. That being said, if you can get him, I see it as a slow play, right? Like if you can get Rashaad Penny, and I don't think a lot of people will be super high on him, and you'll have to tell me where he's going ADP here, but you could potentially have a guy who's fresh, back half of the season as you're making your playoff push, and a guy that's probably going to be in that, hopefully that 50-50 share like we saw before his injury. So that's a very, very, again, another risky play depending on what his health is, but you're going to have to pay attention to when he's available and what he looks like when he first gets out onto the field.
You look at his ADP right now. He's 167 is his ADP, which puts him in a 12-team league, very late end, 13th round, early 14th round. And I'm not going to lie, if I can kind of take a dart throw there, because he's a guy with a lot of upside and a lot of potential there. If I can draft a running back that could give me some, RB2, maybe RB1 on a week type of upside, I'm going to do it, especially that late into a draft. It's one of those that, I kind of see him a little bit like Kareem Hunt last year. A guy that you knew was not going to be like Kareem Hunt was not going to play the first 8 games. He was suspended, wasn't going to be able to play, but yet was still going in drafts. And I kind of see that similar type of narrative going to play out here with Rashaad Penny. And even if he's only there for the back half of the season, if you drafted him in the 13th, 14th round and he starts to pop when he's back, well, you just got a guy that can help carry you into the playoffs for not much draft capital.